We shouldn't go before them.
Okay, sorry.
Stop here. Oh,
Sorry. God.
hiya guys, and welcome back to Clearview Driving. My name is Naomi and I'm here with Naomi, who is going to do an automatic car mock test.
Yes.
How are you feeling this morning?
I feel good. I'm excited. I've not been in the car for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I did my test 2 weeks ago and I failed. So this is the first time back behind the wheel.
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes.
And you've not driven in this area where we are today?
No, I haven't. No, I'm used to driving around like Hackney area.
Completely different, yeah.
So it's a bit different.
So we're in a completely new car, new area, and you've not driven since your driving test. Good luck with today's mock test.
Thank you.
I'm going to start off nice and easy with these kind of roads we're on, but we're going to have a nice mixture of roads so that you get to experience what a test would be like again.
Perfect.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Any questions before we get started?
I don't think so.
Okay. So throughout the drive, follow the road ahead. Whenever I need you to turn, I'm going to tell you in plenty of time. If I'm not saying anything, we're going to continue ahead.
Okay.
One manoeuvre, maybe the emergency stop, similar to everything you've already been practicing. If you guys are new to watching these videos, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe and select the bell icon. And we're going to go straight into this.
Okay.
Good luck.
Right, okay, cool.
So start the engine, you have to press here, but...
Got the brake pedal.
Perfect. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Drive. Right, okay.
Happy with that?
I'm happy, yeah.
Okay.
So
So let's move off whenever you're ready.
Okay, go. Okay. It's gonna make me move. Oh. What's that car doing? Is it coming back?
They're reversing just over
I've
there.
got room, yeah. Should be fine here. Okay. It's all right.
And then we're just going to make a right turn
Right, okay.
at this junction here.
Fine. Okay.
Let me know if it's too hot in the car, by the way.
I feel okay just now.
Yeah. And then let's turn left.
Okay, cool. God, this car is very smooth compared to what I'm used to. Okay. Left, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right, let's go.
What an odd place to park their car there.
Yeah, strange, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
At the end of this road, let's turn left, please.
Okay.
Let's turn right, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's it. Okay. Can I get out here? Go. Okay.
And then we're going to be turning left, just up there.
Okay, cool. Just up here.
Stop here.
Oh, sorry. God. Just up here.
Stop here.
Oh, sorry. God. There we go.
There's a lot of signs here. The traffic lights were partly covered as we're approaching there.
I thought that was a dotted line, but it's not, is it?
What type of road marking should we have been looking for here?
A stop.
Solid.
Solid stop. There we go.
As we turned left into the new road, Naomi gets a serious fault with her response to traffic lights. She was questioning whether she should have stopped at a red light, which was in fact a repeater traffic light.
I can keep going, right? Because there's the red. I can keep going, right? Because there's the red.
It's not for you, the
Yeah,
red.
it's not for me. I always get confused with that second traffic light situation.
The best way to remember this is not to stop for a red light which is not accompanied by a solid stop line. The only exception to this would be temporary traffic lights, which is when you get a red signboard which tells you to wait here. Take the next road on your right, please.
Next road on my right. Okay.
It's this one just here.
Oh, just here. Down here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was gonna let it go. No? Yeah. Thank you.
Driving along this road, we've got a meeting situation and the vehicle ahead of us does give way, but only just. When this happens, don't be afraid of stopping until they move over to make more space or to continue through the space slower. Naomi gets marked down for clearance because the space was now too narrow. At the end of the road, turn right, please. And at the end of this road, turn left, please. And at the end, turn right, please. I think he's trying to teach the kid where he should be looking, who he's waiting for.
I cycle quite a lot. I thought that would sort of help me on the roads, but I don't know how much it has helped.
How have you found the roads in London driving around?
Well, it's all I've known, you know, like I've never driven anywhere else. I only got a provisional license like a few months ago. I'm like 34, so I've never been in a car. So London's all I know, really. I've driven a little bit back in Scotland a couple of times.
Traffic lights, we're going to turn right.
Traffic lights went right. There's just way more to look out for in London, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like bikes and people and
Anyone
motorbikes.
that's learnt to drive in London, you'll be able to drive outside, but it will just take you a bit of practice with the country roads.
Yeah, I did a little bit of that last time I was in Scotland, actually. And you can go faster as well, I feel like. Even like, I think a lot of the time in London, it's 20 roads on the sort of smaller roads. But
Yeah, you're not
It's
really
30 in
exposed
Scotland.
to higher speeds. That's
Yeah,
the annoying
exactly.
thing. It's because of the number of hazards we have here to deal with.
Yeah, totally. I did when I drove to Basildon. I was like properly on the motorway and stuff, and that was quite good practice at that. It's the first time I drove at 70. I was like,
Oh, wow. But if you've only ever driven outside of London and then suddenly you have to drive in London, it can be very, very scary.
yeah, totally. So it's probably the best way to do it. I don't know how much, when I can drive, I don't know how much I'll actually be driving in the city. I'll be travelling a lot, like outside with the car. So, because I feel like it's just so much quicker to get on the tube, you know? Why would you bother?
Yeah, if you're just travelling in central the whole time, then you're better off on the tubes.
100%.
Especially with parking and how expensive it is as well.
Yeah, totally. It's okay.
Okay, Naomi, when it's safe to do so, could you demonstrate how you would open your window?
Yes.
Could you open it at least halfway?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, you can close it.
Okay. Because they go really fast.
And at these traffic lights, we're going to turn left.
Okay, go. Your indicator noise is so polite.
Yeah, I noticed you keep holding it down.
I know.
You can just see it's flashing.
I know. Yeah, that's so true. I'm used to it being like click, 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 click really loud. So I keep being like, are you definitely on? Okay.
If you just move forward,
Yeah, of course.
give them a bit more space.
Is that okay?
Yeah, just check the left and just move all the way, just like the car in front.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
Okay.
As soon as you notice them, the best thing to do is just check
Get
your
out of the way.
surroundings and just kind of try and get out of the way so that they
Okay.
can go through the centre.
Okay.
We're going to follow signs towards Battersea from here now.
Jersey. Right. Okay. Should I keep this on? Up to 30.
So still following signs to Battersea.
Still following signs to Battersea. Right, okay. Is this right? Okay, is this a... Okay.
Yeah, so it's a right turn, third exit on this one.
God, this is a big roundabout. Okay. All
It's
the way round.
signposted towards the A302 and A305. You'll see it.
Okay.
You doing okay?
Yep.
Okay. So it'll be A305. the road.
A305, right, let's see. A305, that says A305. Okay, cool. Did I just press something?
The road markings make it a lot easier to follow the roundabout, don't they?
Yeah, so much easier.
So generally on the larger roundabouts you'll get road numbers painted like that.
Yeah, no, it's really helpful.
Take the next road on your right, please.
Next road on my right, is that
It's just there, yeah.
just here? Okay. Right.
The van in front of us is giving way to Naomi, but you want to be really careful of the cycle lane that's behind the van. So there could have very easily been a cyclist approaching. Naomi is careful, but you want to make sure you're edging forward as if someone is already there and then checking that it's clear and then turning. Because it's so easy to miss motorbikes and cyclists like this. If you can pull over and park up on the right hand side of the road just ahead of this car, but just stay on the road, don't go onto the pavement like everyone else.
Okay.
So if you just keep going further, just keep going forward but not on the pavement, okay? Just keep driving further. Keep going. Stop about there, please. Thank you. Alright Naomi, what I'd like you to do now is to reverse back for about 2 car lengths, keeping a reasonable distance from the pavement as you're carrying out this exercise.
Okay, cool. Okay, so
Naomi is stopped at a good distance from the pavement. She simply needs to keep the steering wheel straight, look all around and just continue reversing for about 2 car lengths and then come to a stop. Unfortunately, she gets a serious fault for her control as she ends up going over the pavement as she's reversing.
about 2? A bit more?
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the pavement, yes I am.
That's fine then, thank you.
Good. Okay.
Drive off whenever you're ready.
Okay. Very much on the pavement there.
At the end of the road, turn left please.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
At the roundabout, we're going to turn left. It's the first exit.
Okay. Stay here, I'm assuming, yeah. Okay, let's do this.
As Naomi entered this roundabout, she needed to continue in her lane, but she ends up cutting over towards the left. Thankfully, nobody was there, but you want to make sure you're checking the left side if you're going to move over lanes like this. And because we are turning left, she could have simply checked her mirrors and switched back into the normal driving position. We're going to go left, yeah?
We're going
This
left,
one, yeah.
Yeah.
The middle lane is still the overtaking lane, so Naomi should be moving back into the far left lane as these lanes continue along this dual carriageway.
Oh, this says 30, but that said 40, right?
It is a 40 road, don't worry. As Naomi has made no attempts to check her mirrors to even try and move back towards the left-hand lane, she gets a serious fault for position normal driving because she carries on driving in the overtaking lane unnecessarily. And at the traffic lights, I'd like you to turn left, please. The one time I would be really careful when moving back to the left is when there is a slip road entry, because this is where your blind spot is a lot bigger and it's much harder to see the cars that are actually entering the dual carriageway from the slip road. So delay the move back towards the left if necessary, but if all of the lanes are going straight ahead, you always want to be in the leftmost lane. These traffic lights, can we turn left, please? Be really careful with situations like this. You can see the black car in front of us did squeeze past the van in front, but if you think your car won't fit through that space, you want to make sure to stop earlier. Naomi has gone past the stop line and now we're actually in the junction waiting, but the traffic lights had actually turned to red as we're still waiting for the van in front. And it's really easy to get caught out into a dangerous situation like this, so make sure to wait at a point where you can see the traffic lights and you can stop if it's safe. And turn right, please.
Just in here?
Yeah, just into that road, yeah.
Okay, cool.
We shouldn't go before them.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you can turn now.
Okay.
And turn left in here, please.
Here.
Yes, please. And if you could just pull into that space just up there.
Yep.
Yes, please. Okay, so that's the end of your test. Unfortunately, you would not have passed on this occasion. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Do you know why?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I didn't stop at the stoplight.
Yeah, so what happened approaching that?
I do stupid things like this. I just didn't really, it looked to me like a dotted sort of line, but I did see the bike, but it was just stupid.
On that particular junction, I couldn't allow you to go any further because buses need to make that turn.
Yeah.
Which is why the lines aren't right up there, they're over here instead.
Okay.
So larger vehicles would need more space to be able to turn.
Yeah.
So yeah, by the time we stopped, we were actually fully
That was in the first 2 minutes, so that was a good start.
Then you had a little bit of confusion about the actual repeat traffic lights. You know, when we turned in,
yeah.
you were asking me about the red lights.
I do. I get confused by that.
Okay, so let's say...
It's probably really simple, but I see like a light and it's red, I'm kind of like, And if because I kind of just came around a corner, right? You would never really have a light.
The only time you're going to get a traffic light immediately as you turn in is if this is now a separate traffic light, but they wouldn't have it right on the entry. They would have it at least 2 car lengths in, and there would be a solid line. So you know, you're not going to be turning in and stopping immediately like that. The smaller roads, dealing with the meetings and kind of tucking in and out the cars, that was all really nice.
Okay.
Position normal driving. You know when we were on that 40 dual carriageway for a little while?
Yeah.
What lane were we driving in?
We're in the middle lane. Should I have gone to left? Yeah, I did think that. But the ones behind me were in the middle, so I was kind of like, oh, maybe this is fine. So does that count as like a...
Okay,
is
because
that like a
we
minor
weren't...
major,
The thing is, with that particular road, let's say that road had now been 2 miles long and I didn't say anything, would you have carried on in the middle?
No.
Okay.
No, I do know the left thing.
Yeah.
I did think that. But then I saw that all the cars behind me were in the middle, which just made me think, oh, maybe this is fine then.
I said, let's turn left, and then you moved over. So it's the fact that, okay, if I didn't say it, would
Yeah,
you
no.
have carried on in the centre? Yeah?
Who knows?
So move over to the left unless you're overtaking. The reversing in a straight line. What happened?
I don't know.
Well, you
I don't know. It
parked
was terrible.
straight.
I'm sorry.
You parked straight,
It
right?
was so bad.
Why was it when we started reversing that you started turning the wheel?
I don't really know. Because I think I had in my head, I know that like if you go straight, the road isn't necessarily straight.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know. It's just a mess. I apologise.
So with that one, you had parked very nice and straight, and I said reverse for 2 car lengths. You did all your checks. You looked over there, and that looked fine. But then you started reversing and steering left, and we thought, why are we steering?
I don't know.
So first the front tyre climbed up, and then you moved it away, and then the back tyre climbed up, and I was just like, we're just all over the place.
It's really bad.
And I can get you to do a bit of practice with reversing now, because I noticed it was a bit of a pattern. So when you're reversing, you tend to just turn thinking that you need to turn.
Yeah.
It's like here, for example, if you're already out of the road and now you just need to close the gap, you don't need to turn the whole thing. Just a little little tilt.
Yeah.
Gradually let it close, as opposed to doing it quickly and then you have to be all over the place.
You know when there was the car that was kind of there and I was trying to get in because I was going to the left beside him. Should I have just stayed back?
Let's talk about that. Yes.
Stayed back.
We definitely should not have gone through that, because
Okay, fine.
unless you feel, yes, I can get through that,
Yeah.
don't do it, because you went forward and now the van's edging forward and eventually he turned. But by the time he turned, the light was actually red.
Okay, fine.
So now we're moving through a red light.
I started doing it, I was like, why have I done this?
So if you feel like, oh, I don't like that, I don't care that the other guy went, I'm not going, just sit here.
Yeah.
And if the lights change, you're behind the
totally.
lights. You wait,
I don't know why I did that.
And then when we made that right turn, do you know, really close to the end here, when we were turning right, it was a bit of a sharp turn.
Yeah.
You kept poking your nose over the centre line, and you're kind of just edging to go, and all these cars are coming through. Just sit.
Just wait.
Just wait.
Yeah.
But don't cross that line.
Okay, fine.
Because as soon as we're crossing that line, we're kind of just
In the way.
pushing into their path, aren't we?
Yeah.
And of course, the last car come through, and I had to tell you to stop. So just patience, stay on your side.
Yeah.
Let them all clear. If they're choosing to give you way, then check and turn. Otherwise, don't push them to.
Okay. That makes sense. I don't know why. No, but I think I'm annoyed at myself for chancing things. Like when I tried to get past that car, I don't know why I was being impatient. I should have just waited. It was just making things more difficult for
It's
myself.
because you saw the other guy do it and you noticed that they squeezed through.
Easily influenced. Yeah.
There were some chances where I thought, oh, we need to be a little bit more cautious there. Even though you've gone through, I just thought we didn't necessarily need to. There was one point where we were driving down that road where there was lots of parked cars, and you said, oh, this area is really nice. I've never driven here before. And then suddenly a little silver car came up, and they kind of had some roadworks on their side.
Right, okay, so I should have waited.
No.
Oh.
We had a straight road. We had parked cars on our side, but we're going through nicely. They've got an obstruction, but they've kind of pushed over onto your side, and now they're blocking your way essentially a little bit. Yeah, they've kind of squeezed you in now, and you just kind of carried on. I wouldn't push through. Just because they're narrowing the gap for you does not mean you've got to make it.
Get through there, okay.
What I would do is I would look at that space and go, yes, it's my priority, but do I want to squeeze through that?
No.
If I don't want to
It
squeeze
looks
through
tight,
that,
I don't need to
I'm
do
going to
it.
stop. And what's going to happen as soon as you stop?
They would go.
They would have to do something. They can't sit there because they know that you've stopped because you can't get through. So now they would have to wiggle and kind of get out of your way, which then opens up the space for you.
Yeah, okay.
Because ultimately, if you can't get through, they can't get through, and they know this.
Yeah.
So you just got to go, I'm not getting through that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that's everything, but thank you for taking part and being on the channel for your mock test. We'll go over some of these little bits now if you want.
Yeah.
And
Thank you very much.
yeah, that's all right. That's it from us today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and bell icon so that you get a notification. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.